Hello guys, welcome to London Players Guild. My name is Peter and today we are going to be talking about Flesh and Blood Organized Play Pathway. So a couple of days ago, Legend Story Studios, the publisher of Flesh and Blood card game, has announced their pathway on how the organized play is going to work from 2021 onwards. So obviously this is going to be in effect from when we can do this. Right now, I think in the United States they're opening up the events. I think in New Zealand and Australia as well they're opening these events slowly. Here in UK we are not opening them just yet. I think end of June is currently the target when we will be able to open for bigger meetings, bigger events. But right now we are stuck to webcam events, most likely. So I'm going to go through this article and give you guys my opinion about this, how this is going to work, and how it's looking for the game. I'm absolutely in love with how the game works. We do have a video explaining how the game works when I'm teaching Scott how to play, and we have a basic game there. We have a couple of deck profiles, box openings, and other discussion videos also coming. So without further ado, just going to go through the article here. Organized Play Pathway. From the first day that we sat down to design Flesh and Blood, organized play was at the center of our thinking, which is actually an interesting thing because a lot of games do not consider organized play as part of their design. They are just that, games, right, that you sell. They don't think about organized play too much. It's aimed in the decision to design the game to support draft and seal deck. I am not sure if Monarch packs actually do support draft. I haven't drafted them. I did draft Arcane Rising, so yeah. Boxes of Booster Box hold 24 packs because that's how many you need to support 8-person draft or 4-person sealed. That should be mentioned as well. Reducing variance is intrinsically good, but especially in the context of organized play, as it allows tournament rounds to be best of one, opening up deeply strategic formats like Classic Constructed as a viable tournament format. It's one of the things I'm going to mention. This is one of the games where I strongly agree with best of one format. There's a lot of skill on how you play out your games, especially in Classic Constructed, and also just seeing your opponent's leader gives you an idea of what they're going to be playing, how they're going to be playing, and then you can just change up a couple of cards in your deck to match up against that leader. Usually just a couple of cards in 60 card deck, but it does matter sometimes. On the eve of a new season of Skirmish starting, we want to take a step back and provide an overview of our overall organized play framework. The world is opening up quickly now. Well, not that quickly. And we wanted to give you all an idea of what you can expect in the coming months and years. And also just take a chance to lay out how all the different parts of the Flesh and Blood organized play ecosystem fit together. So here we have a very nice graphic that shows highest level is World Championship and the Pro Tour. But the one I'm interested in is Pro Tour, because World Championship is fairly, we can see here is you need to get an invite to World Championship, you get the National Championship, there you need an invite from Road to National, so from Tier 2 events. So Pro Tour is a description here, which can be barely seen, I think. Battle pro players around the world as we visit each continent in a series of high-level events. Invite only, multiple per year. World Championship is invite only once per year, which is fair enough. Then we have Tier 3 events, National Championships, again invite only once per year per each country. I'm wondering how they're going to solve multi-participation. Like I'm half Polish and half British, so technically I can play in either. So are they going to be like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you can only enter one national event per year? Or can you play in multiple, but you can only hold one invite? That's what I want to know. Calling is open entry, multiple per year, so this strikes me as Grand Prix from Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series from Yu-Gi-Oh! Road to Nationals, which is open entry, multiple per territory, and it gives you the invite to respective national, I assume. Pro Quest. So this one, yeah, PTIs to qualify for pro events. So you get an invite to play in a Pro too. Okay. Skirmishes, which are like still tier 1 event, but a bit bigger with a better prizes. Then you have Armory, On Demand, and Play Anywhere, which are the current events. So they're going tier by tier. So tier 1 Armory events, which is just your local events. Skirmishes. The Skirmish series is intended to give players an opportunity to take part in accessible higher level competitive play. The idea is that players in small communities might get access to a bigger event in the season, while players in larger communities might have 2 free events taking place nearby. The prize pools are bigger for this event, so the level of competition tends to be a bit higher. Yeah, that's essentially what it is, right? Bigger locals, better prizes. So tier 2, Pro Quest. The next tier of events is where things start to get serious. Serious even. Pro Quest tournaments are serious high-level tournaments where the winner can take home major prizes, but can also qualify for the next Pro Tour event on the calendar. Like skirmish events, Pro Quest events are intended to be fairly accessible for communities around the world while providing strong prize support for winners. So Pro Quests, I assume, are going to be run by shops. And they will start running Pro Quest events as an independent season of organized play, which is nice to hear. Road to Nationals. Now this one I'm interested in. So for the meanwhile, the Road to Nationals is tier 2 tournament series, which will be commencing once the season of Skirmish is finished, which I think is at the end of June, or maybe in July. These events provide players with a direct qualification pathway to the national championships, as well as a range of elite prizes. We'll be providing more details, yada yada. But for those of you who have been hanging out for a chance to play top level CC Classic Constructed, this is going to be your chance. Then we have tier 3 National Championships. So the National Championships is the annual chance for players across the world to battle it out for the title of National Champion. These events are typically invitation only. That's interesting. It's typically invitation only, so I assume in the smaller countries or countries with a smaller population, they would make them open entry, so anyone can play. Players can qualify for these events by making top 8 at the Road to Nationals event or on the ratings based invitation. So I assume rating base is based on the XP that you get for just playing in the events. This year we are looking to run national championships in all our supported territories, beer back allowing. National championships feature cash prizes and the opportunity to play for gold, cold, foil, legendary cards. Winners also receive a Pro Tour invitation, a token that can be used to enter any future national championship, world championship, or Pro Tour event. Okay. Both the size of the event and the prize support will depend on the number of active players in the community, but we want to make sure that all our players get a chance to participate wherever possible. So that Pro Tour invitation seems like the same token that can allow you to play national championships in next year, for example, world championship or Pro Tour event. I think I would take the world championship out of that. The Calling is our other tier 3 tournament program, a series of open entry professional level tournaments, typically spanning an entire weekend. So yeah, as with national championships, it's cash prizes on the line, along with the chance to win gold, cold foil legendary cards and PTI, so that's invitation again. Over the past year, we've been limited to running the series in Asia Pacific, I think that's the one. But as North America and Europe / UK open up, we're going to be bringing the series to players in this market as well. More details will be coming in the next few weeks as we get confirmation of more events in the series for 2021. I just want to point out that UK leaving European Union doesn't make UK non-European country. We are still part of continent of Europe, so I don't like that divide, but that's me being picky as a British. But yeah, we're slowly opening up, so hopefully we'll see some nice callings. It would be nice to have in-person events, especially something on that size. Tier 4, the pinnacle of flesh and blood organized play are the Tier 4 events, the Pro Tour and World Championship. Only the best will qualify for this tournament, and victory will be hard fought. For the player that climbs to the summit and becomes world champion, success will truly be deserved, and they will be assured a place in history as one of the great flesh and blood players. Entry to Pro Tours and World Championships is based on ratings or via a PTI, so the Pro Tour invitation, and top performances at these events can also earn an additional PTI, allowing players to chain together successful performances at these events. Travel permitting, we are aiming to start running Tier 4 events from 2022, but players will be able to bank invitations earned in 2021 season to use in 2022. That is actually really good. So we are getting that entry level this year, probably on the webcams or when the countries open up, which can do that. And then if you get the invite, you can bank it and you can use it when you want it. So if you're lucky enough, you have some pro quests running, then you will be able to get a couple of PTIs and chain multiple pro tours around the world for yourself. And the fact that they give you the chance, the choice where you play. One thing I do not like is that this PTI seem to be also allowing to play in World Championship, from what I can see. Entry to Pro Tour and the World Championship is based on rating or via the PTI, so you can actually qualify for World Championship by playing in Pro Quest. I'm not too happy about that. I think Pro Tours are not going to be that popular if that is actually the case. Because World Championship is that more prestigious title. So you would want, unless you get a spare PTI, you would rather prefer to play in World Championship rather than the Pro Tour. That's my opinion at least. And there's no more information about World Championship, so they are literally parallel to themselves. There's nothing about the pricing for those. I still think World Championship would trump Pro Tour, so if I'm ever going to win a Pro Quest and get an invite, you will see me at World Championships, provided that they will still allow this system. We hope this has given you a better idea of all the organized play series which make up our overall program and how they all fit together. We're really excited to be able to start rolling these series out on a wider scale now that the world is opening up again, and we've heard from a lot of players just how excited everyone is to be able to take part in-person play again. We will be providing more specifics about how each of the above events will work as we get closer to each of the seasons. Watch this space in the coming weeks, And there's nothing more. So, I do like bits of this. I do like the fact that the World Championship there's a clear road to World Championship. I do not like that the World Championship invites and Pro Tour invites operate on the same. I think World Championship should have invites from top 16 of Pro Tour, and the PTI should not be redeemable for World Championships. That is my opinion. I think that should be changed, because otherwise, unless someone, as I said, is going to be holding multiple Pro Tour invitations, they are not going to be playing in Pro Tour. I don't think they would be playing in the Pro Tour. And World Championships will be busier. But then that might get Pro Tour scratched. So, that is my opinion about this. Pro Tour seems good, not currently with what they have in here. As I said, the invitation to World Championship should be from the top cut on National Championships and the Pro Tour. Unless the prizes are exactly the same, but even then, World Championships are more prestigious. I would rather try to fight for a champion trophy of World Championship than the Pro Tour. And just my opinion, probably some players will still play in the Pro Tours because you can win more invitations from the Pro Tour. But if you're not that confident. I would rather just go into the World Championships. That is my opinion. What do you guys think? Are you excited about this organized place pathway that they showed us? Do you think it could be different? I know I've heard a lot of people being really excited about this Pro Tour. I do not think this is going to mean that you can be a professional Flesh and Blood player, because there's nothing about covering travel and accommodation for players, so that's still within your own cost. You're not paid just to show up and play in the event. I think this is perfectly fine. I do assume, even though Pro Tour are invitation only, the same with World Championship, there might be some entry fee. Maybe not with World Championship, but Pro Tour, I would imagine there is some entry fee there. Yeah, what do you guys think? Are you excited? Are you going to be playing in your Pro Quests? Are you going to be going in for that competitive play? Or are you going to stick to just playing casually at your local game store and just enjoying the game? Let us guys know down in the comments, and thank you guys for watching. I will see you around next time in our next video about Flesh and Blood or any other card game we have. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will see you around next time.